Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Um, we're in a little bit of a different situation, as you can clearly tell. We kind of get a little bit of our cake and we get to eat it too, right? We get to continue on with our education, which I know you guys were just tittering to get back to. And we almost kind of get a little bit of an extension of a break. We find ourselves in an interesting position. So, we're going to continue on as close to business as usual as we can throughout the course of the next 2 weeks, or what very well could be throughout the course of the rest of the school year. Guys, when it comes down to it, I have no idea if we're going to be back in class or not. Okay, I'm kind of holding out the hope. I'm holding out the hope that we do get to go back to class again. You know, we'll get to be able to see each other before we part ways for the school year and you guys become, juniors or seniors, for those of you guys in my American history class. But we really just don't know at this point. So we're dealing with a lot of really unknown stuff. Now, at this point, some of you guys probably have heard some of the information about, how everything is going to be proceeding as we come back. Some of you guys might have no idea what the heck is going on. And so I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about what it is that we're going to be doing here over the course of the next handful of weeks, or whenever it is that we're able to get back into the class. And then, I'll just kind of set what the expectation is for you guys, because at the end of the day, we're still learning. We still have to do our work. And so I'm going to hopefully kind of clear up some of your guys' questions. And at that point, if for whatever reason your question is not answered, I want you to shoot me an email. Okay. Now, just search me up on Google. Okay. jodiaz@pvlearners.net. I'm sure it's in most of you guys' address book as it is. So go ahead and just shoot me an email if you still have any questions at all after this. Now, as far as our class is concerned, the good news, I suppose, is that the format that we normally do actually really lends pretty well to an online format. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be posting up lectures as we go along onto the Google Classroom. Now, I am absolutely open to the idea of us doing live streams of lessons. Now, for that, I kind of need a little bit of your feedback. So if you either drop a comment in Google Classroom or drop a comment on this video, hopefully, I can kind of get an idea of how many of you guys would be into that idea. And then we can either proceed with it, or I can just record lectures and give them to you guys. And we'll proceed with notes as usual. You guys will jot them down. Okay, I will put some questions that will actually go on Google Classroom. So what you guys normally would do for the vocabulary and for the questions, I'm just going to put that on Classroom. That's going to show me that you guys actually did what you needed to do. Okay, so that'll be work that we actually turn in. Now, the big question for you guys, I'm sure, is what is distance learning? Okay, because obviously we're not able to be face-to-face with each other given the whole situation here. So we're going to be doing what is called distance learning. So all of this is going to be online based, but you guys are just as much accountable as you were when we were in class. Now, I've already kind of laid out what it is and how I'm going to put the stuff on Classroom. So again, just make sure that you have not only yourself set up well in our Google Classroom, but make sure that you turn on your notifications, because it is going to be incredibly important that you see these things as they come in. Okay. Communication is key. Okay. So anytime you have any question, you really got to reach out to me as quick as you can. Now, before we go any further, I really kind of want to lay out to you guys what the expectation actually is. Now, I'm going to look at an email that was sent to us as teachers, but I'm pretty sure was sent to you guys as well. So I'm just going to read through one little bit here regarding grading. That's going to be the important part for us. So, fourth quarter final grades will remain the same as third quarter grades. However, teachers have the discretion to increase a student's fourth quarter grade if the fourth quarter work reflects improvement. Students not submitting a learning activity will receive no mark, not a 0. Printed packets are not expected to receive feedback or grades. Okay, so let's talk about this because this is huge. This right here is going to dictate really what it is that you do for the next handful of weeks or whenever it is that we get to go back. Guys, everything that I assign to you, okay, you are accountable for that work. Now, if you don't turn it in, yes, you do not get a 0, okay? But what that shows me is that you're not really taking it seriously and that you're not doing your work. For some of you guys last quarter, that ended with a failing grade or ended with a really low grade and you want to get your GPA up. Guys, this quarter is incredibly important for you because if you don't do anything, your grade remains an F. Okay? Your grade will remain an F, and for you, what that means is that you're going to have to, at the very least, take this semester of history once again. Sitting through it once is bad enough, especially if you're not enjoying it. So, guys, do what you need to do to get your grades up. Now, I will be very much in communication with you guys, both through here and through potential live streams, and I am going to hold office hours the same way that a college professor would. So I'm going to give you guys a chunk of time where you guys can actively get a hold of me. Now, other teachers are starting to work with WebEx and other platforms to actually have live office hours where you can ask questions face-to-face, pretty much just like this. So I haven't made the commitment to do that yet, but if that is something that you guys want to see, I will absolutely do that. So you guys can, talk to me face-to-face rather than just shooting it to me in an email. Now, as it stands right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, from the hours of about 9 a.m. to noon, those are going to be my office hours. So what that means is that if you have any questions on whatever work that I've put together for you guys that day, that is the time to reach out and email and get my attention, okay? Because I'll be actively at my computer, ready to rock and roll, ready to answer any questions immediately or as quickly as I can, okay? Now, if you have a question outside of that time frame, should you still ask it? Yes, absolutely, okay? You don't have to wait until I'm on my office hours, okay? I will be 100% available. Okay, guys, we're in quarantine. There's not a whole heck of a lot going on. So if you have a question, shoot it to me. Just know that I might not get back to it as quickly as I would have from the hours of 9 a.m. to noon. Okay, so guys, I know that this new situation here is probably scary to some of you guys, especially some of you folks that have to work on your work ethic a little bit. Some of you guys might be absolutely thrilled about it. And guys, look, we've got a lot to be excited about here, okay? But we've got to make sure that we are doing everything that we need to do to make sure that we're successful. And I'm here to help you with that in any way, shape, or form, okay? So reach out to me if you need me for anything. I will, again, take into consideration the live office hours and the YouTube live streams. So please, please, please let me know what your feedback is on that so that I can make that decision for you guys. All right. But all in all, I'm going to part ways with you on this right here. Guys, we've got to get our stuff done. We got to finish our school year strong. I know that you guys are all perfectly capable of doing it. So let's get it done. Let's make some stuff happen. Let's get some good grades and let's get through this quarantine together. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, I am going to be posting up some stuff on Google Classroom here very shortly, okay? So get to work, my friends.